Hey guys, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to another monthly overview, monthly wrap-up of all of the games that we played over the month of August. Like last month, will be doing all of the multiplayer games in this video, and then I will be coming out with another video in a few days of all the games that I played solo, which I had in August, solo challenge, and I'm doing that again for September. So I think in that video I'll let you guys know the games that I'm hoping to play in the month of September. We will see, but I don't know if I want to keep that a surprise for the following month video, or if you guys want to hear the games that I plan on trying to get to the table solo. Let me know down in the comments. But anyways, I have my cell phone right here and we are going to get into the board game stats. But without further ado, if you're wanting to see all of the games that we played in August, just keep on watching, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel be seen. Comment down below any games that you played in the month of August that you want to chat about. And also consider subscribing if you have not done so already. The garden is growing and it just makes me so happy, and I'm really enjoying making these videos. So would love to have you here. But yeah, let's get into this video, shall we? So getting into the stats for the month, August was actually a pretty good month. It wasn't as good as July. In July, we played 35 times, 27 different games. In June, it was pretty low with 21 plays and 15 different games. And then August is almost as good as July with 33 plays. This is the stats. 33 plays in total, 22 different games, and I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new to me games, 8 new to us games. That's pretty good. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the games. Starting with August 2nd, we managed to be able to play a game that I've only played solo. We managed to play it multiplayer with Francis's parents, and that is Cascadia. This is designed by Randy Flynn, published by AEG and Flat Out Games, and this just recently won the Spiel des Jahres. Don't know if I'm saying that right, but it just won that award, and I can see why. This game is fantastic. It is easy to teach, easy to get to the table. I did play this multiple times in August as well solo, so I will chat about my experience with that in that video. But multiplayer, this game is fantastic. Basically, in Cascadia, it is a tile drafting game where you have 4 different options on your turn of a habitat tile, which is a hexagon tile that has a bunch of different, or can have multiple habitat types on it, or it can just be one habitat, 2 habitats. And then it also shows you what animals can go on that habitat, and then you also can choose a animal token. So there are 4 different pairs of options. So 1 habitat and 1 animal token. You're taking those, adding the habitat tile to your board, attaching as many of the similar habitats together, because at the end of the game you will score for your biggest groupings of each type of habitat, and then you're also playing the animal token, or placing the animal token on the habitat, any habitat in your board or on your board that you've made that allows for that animal, and each animal scores differently. There's a bunch of different scoring objective cards that you can choose from at the beginning of the game for each animal, and it is just a really fun puzzle, very chill game, not hard to teach like I said, and just so easy to get to the table, and that's what I love about this game. Francis' parents seem to really enjoy it, so super excited to hopefully introduce this to more people, some of our board game friends, also my family. I feel like my parents would really enjoy this one, so yes, that is number 1, that is Cascadia. So moving into a game that Francis and I played, I believe 4 or 5 times throughout the month, and this game has just floored me. I can already tell you guys right now, this game is most likely going to be in my top 10. I really love Ryan Lockett games. Well, the only ones I've played so far are Above and Below and Rome, and Above and Below is one of my favorite games, and I wanted to branch off from Above and Below And obviously, the game that you go to after Above and Below is the next in the series, and that is Near and Far. Guys, this game is so freaking good. I loved this game. So did Francis. We always are wanting to bring this back to the table. We are going through the campaign mode of this game. Basically, you are going through 10 different maps, so 10 different games, and it is a worker placement game where you are either going into town and doing some sort of worker placement action in town, like getting a pack bird or getting a treasure, recruiting people, just different things that you can do, go to the mines. Ugh, freaking love this game. Oh, I'm just so excited to talk about it. You can go to the town and do any sort of action there, or you can choose to go exploring and you can go do quests. Oh my goodness, I love this game so much. And the nice thing is that you can play this on like a single play mode where you just play one game and you're done. You can play a campaign of it, or you can play a character mode that's kind of like a campaign where you're building a character, but you don't necessarily have to go on the full campaign. I haven't played that version yet, so I don't really know the extent of it, but there are 3 different ways to play, and it is just so much fun. I really need to make a full video on this one because I really enjoyed it. And now I want to try Now or Never. I want to try Sleeping Gods. Oh my goodness. I've only ever experienced Above and Below, and then I experienced this, and it just makes me very happy. So that is Near and Far. I forgot to say it is designed by the amazing Ryan Lockett and published by Red Raven Games. And can you tell I really liked it? Also, can you tell that it's probably going to be one of my favorite plays of the month? Probably. So Francis and I ended up playing that on the 5th and the 6th. We then played Brass Birmingham, which I have chatted about before on the channel. It's just up here. We played on stream, and this was our second time playing this, and we played it on stream without going back over the rules, because we played it once when we first got it a few months ago, and then we didn't play it at all until we brought it to the table for the live stream, and we ended up like fully forgetting some of the rules, so we ended up having to kind of relearn it on stream. It was a little bit stressful, but it was fun, and everyone in chat was super nice about it and helped us through, which if you are not already, I definitely recommend going and checking out our Twitch channel. Francis and I have been live streaming every Tuesday, and then I do some solo live streams on Sundays and sometimes other days, but I've been really enjoying live streaming over there on Twitch. It's just the Board Game Garden. It's always linked down below. Would love to have you come and hang out. But yes, we ended up playing Brass Birmingham, which I've chatted about before, and then we moved into some new party games, which these are 3 party games that I've been really wanting for a while. We picked them up at our friendly local game store, I believe at the beginning of August. The first one is this game right here. This is So Clover. It is designed by Francois Romain, and it is published by Repos Productions, and everyone says how amazing So Clover is, and I see where it's coming from, because it is a very fun like word connection game, I guess. Basically, you have this clover. I'm sure you guys have seen it before, but you have this clover, and then you randomly pick out 4 cards to place on this clover, and each card has 4 different sides, and whatever 2 words are on each side of the clover, you are producing a word that connects those 2 words, and then you're taking off the cards, shuffling them up, and then seeing if everyone at the table can place those cards back in to the clover in the correct configuration. And it is a cooperative game, so everyone's working together to figure this out. Obviously, the person that made the puzzle can't contribute on their turn, but when it's on to another person's turn, they get to work with the rest of the group to figure out the words. And it's just a very casual party game. Everyone kind of goes off on their own and makes their little clover puzzle and then brings it back, and then you each do your turn, and it is a lot of fun. I really recommend it. Like I said, easy to teach. Actually, I didn't say that, but it's easy to teach, and it's easy to get to the table, and just a good, fun group time. So We played that with, I believe, France's parents, and they really, really enjoyed that one. And then the next party game that we played with France's parents is another kind of similar kind of concept with like word connections, but this is Medium. This is designed by, who is this designed by? Does it tell me who it's designed by? I don't think this one tells me who it's designed by, but it's by Greater Than Games, not the only Greater Than Games game I'll be talking about today, but Medium is a mind-reading card party game where on your turn, the person to your left is going to be placing one of their cards down. Everyone has a hand of just a bunch of random words. And I really love the design of this game because it kind of looks like tarot cards. And I am a huge fan of tarot cards. If you did not know, I love doing tarot card readings. I have multiple decks of tarot cards. And Francis always like jokes like, hey, can we play a game of tarot? And it's not funny, but he thinks it is. But anyways, the person to your left puts down one of their word cards, and then you get to pick out a word from your hand and place it down. And then the two words that you have placed in front of you, both of you have to think in your head a connecting word, and then on the count of 3, you have to say the word that you're thinking, and if you both say the same word, you get a tile, like a first attempt tile, and that is worth more points, and you place it in between the two of you. If you get it on the second attempt, you get a second attempt tile, third attempt tile. If you can't get it by then, you just don't get one. And then at the end of the game, all of the tiles on both sides of you, so with your partner on your right and your partner on your left, you count them all up, and whoever has the most points wins. And it's super, super fun. Basically, I guess I didn't explain this, but when you say the words that you're thinking in your head, if they're not the same, you then use the 2 words that you both shouted out to try to connect those 2 words, and then so on and so forth. So definitely recommend this one. This was kind of one that we just picked up kind of on a whim. I've seen it a few times here and there. I really love the like theme of it, again with the tarot cards and the mind reading, super fun. There's also a few other cards in the game that we have not brought in. I guess it's like a different module, but yeah, a very, very fun party game. And then lastly, this is the third party game that we picked up at our friendly local game store. This is Wavelength. I've heard a ton of good things about this game. A lot of people actually brought this to the table with my family, and they were like, oh my goodness, I saw this on TikTok. So I guess Wavelength is pretty popular on TikTok. I did not know that. But this is published by, it doesn't even say much about who it's published by. Oh, maybe it's CMKY. Yeah, that might be it. Anyways, in Wavelength, you are working in 2 teams, and on your turn, you're trying to get your, oh, this is hard to explain. This one's a hard one to, like, it's an easy game, but it's hard to explain and hard to teach. Basically, on your turn, is this the right way? This is the right way. There we go. So basically on your turn, you are trying to get your team to put the dial in the correct spot. And you're going to, this thing's very difficult to open, but you're going to be looking at this, obviously not showing your team, and then you're trying to get them to get as close to the 4 or on the 4, because you will get the most points, obviously. And you're trying to get them to turn the dial to here, and you will have different cards that show you a scale. So this one is from introvert to extrovert. So on a scale of from introvert to extrovert, and then you're gonna say something, I don't know, what would I say for this? Going to a party and dancing on a table. How on the scale of introvert to extrovert, where would that situation be? I guess. I'm not very good at this game, clearly. And then your group would be like, okay, on a scale of introvert to extrovert, going to a party and dancing on a table, it's pretty extroverted. Let's do that. There. And then you'd go, okay, you sure? And then you'd do that, and we would get 3 points. Woohoo. What a game. Don't you guys wish I took out the game and explained it fully for you for every single game? That would be crazy. What a box fart. So anyways, that is Wavelength. This one is a fun one for big groups and big parties if you have a bunch of people coming over. Pretty sure you can play this 12 to 12 plus people because you go onto 2 teams and the teams can be as big as you want. Basically, you're just gonna have one person from the team trying to get everyone else to guess the correct answers. So it's just a fun one, very low key, a little bit confusing to teach, but overall, you know, most people get it. But yes, that was the last party game. We then had a game night with our friends Joy and Caleb, and we played 3 different games, 3 that I've already chatted about here on the channel, but we played So Clover, which I just finished talking about. We also played Dungeons, Dice, and Danger, which was one that I chatted about quite a bit last month. I have really been enjoying that, both solo and multiplayer. Everyone that we have played Dungeons, Dice, and Danger with has really enjoyed it, so that was fun. And then we also played Clank with them. They are a little bit new to the hobby, so we want to start introducing them to bigger games, and we thought that Clank, Caleb is a big fan of Magic the Gathering, so we figured that might be fun for him to learn and one that he would enjoy because it is a deck builder. So we ended up introducing them to Clank, just the base Clank, and I think I've chatted about Clank before here on the YouTube channel, but Clank is a fun game where you are building your deck, and on your turn you are using your cards to go down into the depths of a castle. You're going to grab an artifact and then try to get out as soon as possible before the dragon kills you. And you create Clank, which is kind of like creating noise, and that is adding cubes of your color into a bag, and then every time the dragon attacks, someone is grabbing cubes out of the bag, and if your cubes are pulled out, then you're getting attacked and you could possibly die, which most of the time I do in Clank. I will admit I'm not the best at getting out before the dragon kills me, but I think when we played with them, I think I actually got out, but I don't think I won. I think Francis might have won, but anyways, Clank is a very fun one that we really enjoy. We also have Clank in Space, and I do possibly in the future want to do a video on comparing Clank and Clank in Space. Let me know if you guys would want to see that. I don't know if like people are in the hobby wondering like which one to get and kind of want a comparison between the two, but there's also now Clank Catacombs coming out, so maybe I should wait, grab Clank Catacombs, and then do like a huge comparison between the 3. I don't know, but we love Clank, such a good game. And that was our night with Joy and Caleb. So moving into a 2-player only game that I was really excited to finally get to the table. This was sent to us by Roxy Games, so a huge thank you to them, but they sent us over Radlands, and I didn't know how I felt about this one at first, but I really genuinely enjoyed this one. It is a 2-player head-to-head game where there's a little bit of take that, so I think that's probably the reason why I wasn't like too sure about it, but I ended up really enjoying it. The art is beautiful, and basically you have 3, I don't know what they're called, but they're like your bases, I guess, and you are trying to defeat or destroy all 3 of your opponent's bases before they defeat yours. And on your turn, you have a certain amount of water that you can use, and you're playing cards down on your turn to protect your bases, and you're just, you know, fighting back and forth and trying to defeat each other's bases. So it is very fun, one that I want to continue playing. I feel like this would be a good one to take traveling. It's very small. We just have, I believe this is just like the retail edition, but some of the like, I think there was like a Kickstarter edition that's a lot bigger, but I really like that this one is in a small little box and it's easy to travel with, and I'm obsessed with the like art style. It's so like bright and fluorescent and really cool. So that is by Roxy Games. I actually don't think I said who designs this, but I actually don't know. Oh, it's Daniel Piechnik? Radlands by Roxy Games. Really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend. And then after that, Francis and I ended up playing Near and Far another 2 times. I think that was the weekend with the Tabletop Live Network Marathon that we were a part of. So we played 1 game of Near and Far, and then the next day we finished up that game, and Do I have to talk about Near and Far anymore? Because I will. But yeah, we played another 2 games of that. And then after that, that same night that we played Near and Far, we ended up playing Cascadia with Francis' parents, as well as Tenpenny Parks, which they really enjoyed. I think I chatted about Tenpenny Parks in the last month's video, so I'm not going to chat about it too much. But I will say that I will be talking about it a little bit more in the solo video, because I did end up getting it to the table solo. So get excited for that. But we played those 2 games with them. And then, ooh, next one. This was a game that I was very scared to get to the table and very scared to learn and play. But this is another one that I really enjoyed this month, both Francis and I. I think we've been really enjoying like bigger games together, just like Near and Far and this amazing game right here, Spirit Island. So many people were saying you guys need to play that, and I can see now why, because this game is a lot of fun. It is a cooperative game where you are spirits, and you're different spirits. They're asymmetrical, like player powers and stuff, like different factions, I guess, and you're trying to defeat the invaders and protect the Dahan. And Francis and I have played this, I think, 3 times now. We lost the 2 first times that we played this, and then we ended up live streaming this past Tuesday, and we ended up beating it. We played on like the easiest level. We played with 2 of the easiest spirits, and we're really excited to experiment with other spirits and try to beat this. Again, I can see why this is such a popular game. It is very fun. It's very difficult and a little bit stressful, but honestly, I kind of enjoyed the stress, and losing the first 2 times that we played, it really like pumped us up to get it to the table again and like finally beat it. So really enjoyed Spirit Island. It is I think it's technically like a deck builder, kind of. And on your turn, you are using your spirit powers by paying energy to move the invaders and defeat the invaders. And the invaders are going to be ravaging and building, and you're basically just trying to fight them off and gain fear and stuff like that. It's very fun. If I was going to explain the whole game, we'd be here for hours, but it is a very fun one. I will say it's not as complicated as people make it up to be. I think it's just more difficult to win, but the overall rules of the game are not too crazy. I maybe like once you get to the more complicated spirits, I could see that happening, but for the most part it was pretty easy and easier than we thought to learn. So that is Spirit Island. I didn't say who it was designed by. It is designed by R. Eric Rios, and it is published by Greater Than Games, the same publishing company as Medium. So that is Spirit Island. Like I said, we ended up playing that 3 times. We played it on the 24th, the 25th, as well as the 30th of August. So very fun. And then we have a few more to go through. The ones that we ended up playing at my parents' house. We had a fun get-together where we did the Hot Ones challenge as a family. I actually uploaded a vlog over on my main channel, which is Jenna Rose, if you guys do not know. I do have like a main channel where I film vlogs and stuff. Some board games are featured, you know, in daily vlogs and weekly vlogs and stuff, but I don't focus on board games. But we did a Hot Ones challenge. It was very fun. And then we ended up playing a bunch of board games as a family. We played all of the different party games. We played So Clover, we played Wavelength, and we played Medium. And then we also played this game right here. This is one that we've had in our collection for a while, and I really enjoy it. I will say Francis doesn't enjoy it as much as I do, so it always makes me happy when I can get this to the table with other people. Francis sat out of this one, but this is Point Salad. It is published by AEG, and they did actually send me a second copy of this, so I will be doing a giveaway with that in the future, as well as another copy of Tiny Towns. I'll do a giveaway for that as well. But in Point Salad, you're basically on your turn taking 2 veggie cards, or you're taking a point card that gives you points based off of the veggies that you collect. It's a very simple, easy game, but a lot of fun, easy to teach, easy to get at the table. You can play it up to 6 people. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but you have your garden where you're taking your veggies, or you can take 1 point card, and it's just easy, fun. It's a good time. So that is Point Salad. They do have a new one coming out. I forget what it's called. Point City? I think it's called Point City. And that one, I believe, is not a card drafting game. I think it's like a tile drafting game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm excited to see what that one is all about. But we also played another game that I love, and that is the Whatnot Cabinet. This is published by Pencil First Games. It is one of my comfort games, which I think I actually want to make a video of like my top 10 comfort games. Spoiler alert, the Whatnot Cabinet is probably going to be on that, but yes, it is a easy game where you are drafting tiles and placing them into your Whatnot cabinet. And you're putting these little objects into your cabinet in different columns and rows in order to get points in different ways. And the player order is determined by what action you take on your turn. So if you're taking a better action on your next turn, you will be later in the player turn order. And I really, really enjoy that type of mechanisms. So yes, the Whatnot Cabinet, absolutely adorable. Easy to teach. Both of my parents really, really enjoyed that one. We ended up just playing with my parents after everyone else left. And then we also, with my parents, played this game here, which one of the boxes is opening. But this is Similo, and I think I have chatted about Similo on the channel before. I don't know what, I think it might have been in the art that I really, really love. Similo is a pretty straightforward deduction game where one person sees one of the character cards and then puts that character card in with 12 on the table, and they're trying to get the other players to guess that character. And there are a bunch of different packs. We have History, Myths, and Fables. Fables is typically the one that we play with just because it's the one that people know most of the characters from, because it's just like Disney characters that most people know. But the person that's trying to get the other players to guess are placing other cards, and they have a hand of all of the other characters from the deck that aren't on the table, and they are placing one of those characters on the table either horizontally or vertically. And if they place it vertically, it's that the character that they're trying to get the other players to guess has similarities to that character, or if they place it horizontally, that character is different than the one that they're trying to get them to guess. So very, very fun little quick deduction game. I really, really enjoy Similo. They have a bunch of different themed ones. They have like a spooky one, they have animal ones, they have a Harry Potter one, I believe, as well. I kind of want to grab some more of these Similo games, so maybe I will do that in the near future. Probably the Harry Potter and the spookies I want the most, but yes, that is Similo. And I didn't say it is published by Horrible Guild. And then the last game that we played this month is a game that is on Gamefound right now. This was sent over to us for review by Quality Beast, the same people that make Seize the Bean, one of my favorite games ever. And Philosophy is a very interesting game, and one that I didn't think I would be too into when I first heard about it, but for some reason recently I've had this like urge to learn how to play chess. I don't know why. I think I just like want a game that I can play easily with 2 players, back and forth kind of thing, and master. And Philosophy, I think, is going to be something that will fill that need for me. It's very similar to, like, it gives me chess vibes where you're going back and forth with another player. You can get an expansion for it to add in a 3rd player, but you're placing these tiles that are targeting your opponent's tiles and doing different things to their tiles. And the thematic ties of this is that you're having a conversation with the other person, and the tiles are your ideas, and you're going back and forth and trying to come to a conclusion and making different arguments and going back and forth. And I really, really enjoy this one. It's beautiful on the table. This is just a prototype, and it's not going to be as beautiful as the finished product, which I'm very, very excited about. But it's like, we played it a few times so far, and I really, really have been enjoying it. It's a good brain burner. We just played it on the coffee table while watching something on TV, and it's just very calming and light and just easy to get to the table. I really, really enjoy that about this. So I'm excited to do a full video on this in the near future. If you guys want to go check it out, it is on Gamefound right now. If it's something that sounds interesting to you, a 2-player back and forth conversation, placing tiles, pushing your players' tiles in different ways. I think I forgot to tell you guys the way that you win, but basically you're trying to get 3 of your own tiles in a straight line or a diagonal line. So Francis actually said it was kind of like a mix between chess and like Connect 4, which we really enjoyed. So I'm excited to dive into philosophy more. That is published by Quality Beast. A huge thank you to them for sending that over. So excited to chat about it more in a separate video. But yes, I will have the link to that Gamefound down below if you guys want to go check it out. But yes, I think that is everything for the games that we played this month. All right, friends, so we have made it to the point in the video where I have to choose my top 3 plays of the month, which this month is going to be so hard because I played so many amazing games, and it's so hard to compare like party games with bigger games. I always tend to lean towards bigger games as games that I enjoy the most, just because they are bigger experiences and I just personally enjoy bigger games, so I always kind of go towards those. So it is no surprise that my number 1, are we gonna go from number 1 or are we gonna go to number 3? Let's start with 3. My number 3 is going to be, ooh, this is a tough one. Oh, I really enjoyed Radlands and I really enjoyed Philosophy. Both of those are like 2-player only games, which I really enjoyed those, but I think my number 3 is going to be Cascadia. You guys can't see it, but it is down here. Cascadia has been one that I have enjoyed time and time again, both multiplayer and solo, but this is specifically talking about the multiplayer game. We really enjoyed playing this with Francis' parents, and I'm really excited to introduce it to more people, board game friends, my family. So Cascadia is number 3. My number 2 is going to be Spirit Island. This one is one that surprised me. This is definitely my like biggest surprise of the month. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do because there is a little bit of that combat and there's not so much like area control, but you're fighting off invaders, and that's typically not something that I love, but I really enjoyed that game, Spirit Island. So Spirit Island is my number 2, and then it is no surprise, my number 1 is Near and Far. I could go on about this game forever. It is absolutely amazing, and like I said, spoiler, it's probably going to be in my top 10, so very excited for that one. We have played, I think, 4 or 5 maps now, so I'm excited to finish up the campaign with Francis. I'm going to be so sad when we finish up the campaign, but I do think it's one that we want to start a campaign with 4 players, maybe with our friends Tom and Asha. I think that would be a lot of fun, and I think that they would enjoy it as well. And they are friends that we, periodically get together with them. We like to get together, once or twice a month to play games with them. So I feel like that would be one that would be fun to start a campaign with them with. So yes, Near and Far is my number 1. Such a good game, and it makes me want to try even more of the Red Raven games, Now or Never, Sleeping Gods, The Ancient World. Ooh, so many games that I want to try from that publisher. So yes, that is going to be the video. That is the monthly overview for August. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below your top 3 plays of the month. Also subscribe if you have yet to do so. Be sure to go and check out our Twitch channel. We've been really enjoying that. I kind of want to start doing some more solo live streams, so definitely go check out that. Follow us over there, and join our Discord. We have a Discord. I really need to start shouting these things out because I feel like some people don't know that they exist. So yes, Discord, Twitch, definitely go check them out. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next board game video, which is going to be all of my solo plays. So get ready.